weird. Dodging the plague in houses to find a weird copy of yourself is great stuff. You then also have to scare away her followers who are hiding out in very hidden places you won't think to look, and if you don't, that area gets infected too. So after the halfway point, every day, these are your 3 side quests. They're always the same, with the slight variation being the house that the Bachelor and Harrispex are each hiding in is a different place each day. You only get given vague ideas of where they are and you have to look around yourself. And Clara's letters are actually quite cool puzzles, I guess, to figure out where exactly she is in the town based on your intuition and knowledge of the town from 2 full playthroughs. It's quite interesting, but having all 3 side quests be the same one each day with no real advancement of the plot really gets to me. The other characters had serious, cool subplot stuff, but Clara just gets busy work. I started to skip these quests after a few days. There's also very little communication that you can heal infected people as Clara. Oh, did I mention that? I didn't mention it earlier on purpose because the game sure didn't. When you use your hands on the infected, it plays a different animation, and you get reputation back and they do a little bow. It costs some health too, I guess. So it's another thing you can do to keep your reputation up, and it's also a cool trade-off because you lose health for doing it as well, and there's a risk of getting infected while you're in those districts doing this, but I don't remember being tutorialized or told by the game you can do this. I only know about this from other videos mentioning it. I know Pathologic is a game that prides itself on not conveying stuff and letting you figure things out, but from a design perspective, this feels like a misstep. I feel like if they'd had more time or resources, they'd have made this much clearer. I mean, they seem to give the implication Clara's attack is an attack. You use it to kill people and it kills the first person you try to heal, and the first person you actually heal happens in a cutscene. They do the opposite of letting you know you can do this, and this only works on these characters too, not the people who appear to be in the early stages of infection. They just drop dead. Like I said earlier, for the HD edition, all the character audio was re-recorded, but in Clara's scenario, specifically for Katarina on around day 3, for some reason one of the old voice actors' lines is still in there.
Nothing threatens your daughter. Everyone will die, but you will remain.
I feel like this sort of oversight probably happened because development of Clara was rushed, even for the HD version, and an old line slipped through and didn't get caught, which makes sense. A very small amount of players ever get to the point this could happen, and I'm glad they spent the time elsewhere instead of triple checking all the voice lines for every character's story, but it's at least a good indicator of how generally rushed some of the Changelings stuff is. It's a minor thing, but it points to the major thing, or at the very least I noticed it and I want to pretend that I can make a point out of it. Overall, if you were interested in Pathologic's story, Clara's route is really satisfying. If you're not, it's